No problem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship for Miramichi, New Brunswick, and the Miramichi Curling Club. My name is Keith Rains. I'm joined in the booth tonight with Larry Flanagan. Larry, glad to have you aboard here.
Well, thank you, Keith. Glad to be back, and really excited to be here for the semifinals, and we're in for a good one.
And the combatants tonight in the championship semifinal on our featured sheet is Alberta taking on the Northwest Territories, and they competed. They were in the same pool, finished at 5-1, and during round robin play, it was a barn burner. Northwest Territories squeaked out a 6-5 victory, and you have some other interesting little perks of information, don't you?
The interesting thing about these two teams is they've both been to the Travelers 3 times now, and they faced each other 3 times. So they played each other at 3, not say consecutive, but every other year.
Yeah.
So as the Travelers goes, you can only represent your province or territory for 1 year, and then you have to step back and let somebody else take a run at it.
Yeah.
So both these teams have been here every opportunity they could.
And Alberta had to play a quarterfinal match this morning. This afternoon, 1:30. They all blend after a while, Larry.
Yes, well, it's been a long week for sure, Keith.
Alberta defeated Manitoba 7-4 by Northwest Territories coming first in their pool due to the win over Alberta. This is their first game of the day, so a little advantage to them. And Alberta first shot went through the house here. A little nerves, you might think.
Yeah, a little push there, and I think the rocks seem to be sailing a little bit today, and that one looks like it's through too. Keith.
Yeah, look at that.
So first 2 rocks at the end.
Okay, good to get them out of the way.
Yes.
Okay, now we can start. Why don't you introduce the Alberta team for us?
Okay, well, the Alberta team is playing out of the Calgary Curling Club, and their skip is Morgan Muse. Their third is Lindsay Allen. Sarah Evans is their second, and Sarah Gartner is their first, or lead.
And this is her second shot now. And we just, I know both teams want to thank all their family and friends, and obviously their curling club members back home, the Alberta team, the Calgary Curling Club.
Yes.
It means a lot to them for you guys to tune in, and we're extremely happy to be able to bring you the best broadcast this week. We've seen a lot of great curling, and a lot of teams, these teams are very fortunate that we're watching tonight, but a lot of people, you don't get a lot of opportunities playing a national championship.
No, that's right. And, they're certainly taking advantage of every opportunity they've had. And I asked them how this compares to the others, and it's right up there with them. They said all of them are unique in their own way. Certainly enjoyed the hospitality, and they thought the club was first class. So glad to hear that, and they have the experience of being at others, so it's good to hear that from them. Before we go on too much further, we should introduce the Northwest Territories.
Well, I think that's a fabulous idea, Larry.
You go right ahead.
No, you go ahead. You've done the recon mission down there.
Okay. Out of Northwest Territories, curls out of the Yellowknife Curling Center, and they're led by Sarah Schroeder. Third, Alana Jansen, Marie-Claude Savoy, and Annalie Yokala. So
you had to get that right for the folks back home.
And Annalie wanted to make sure she said hi to all her family, and she wanted to make sure that I got her name right. So hopefully we did that.
Well, now the pressure's off for the rest of the evening. We can just enjoy it.
I could just sit back, put my feet up, and let you go, and I'll listen. I was telling the girls from Yellowknife that it was unusually cold here, and they said it was quite warm.
Yeah, we had a wind chill factor the last couple of nights, -19.
Yeah,
we brought that in for them.
I think they brought it with them, just to get a little advantage over everybody else. Yeah. I was listening to Good Morning on CBC this morning, and they were asking for call-ins to get phrases for how cold it is.
Ooh.
And she
Now
said,
come on, it's a family line here now.
well, that's what she said. She said that we've been at this for almost an hour, and I don't have anything I can repeat on air.
No, we've got a little action here.
Yeah.
Territories was able to get one in behind that
Yeah.
guard, that corner guard.
So now it looks like they're going to run that back, or try to run that back into the over curling.
Trying to
So
hold the
they're
line.
just peeling that off.
Yeah, that's good. Oh,
Like
keep
to
it
see
open.
that stop in the 12 there, and it looks like it will. So
And just to let you folks know at home, Larry and I go back a long ways. Are we allowed to say how many years?
well, back when we were 10, I think.
We used to play volleyball, senior volleyball against each other, and we have. I'm from St. John, New Brunswick, but went to UNB Fredericton and played with some of the boys from the Miramichi. A great bunch and the great times, and then we continued on to form senior teams and had an opportunity 4 or 5 times a year to hang out. So
Yes.
we have reunited.
Yeah, and I'd like to say I know more about this sport than volleyball, but I don't think I do. I was hoping just to do a few comments here and there, Keith. But,
Well, no,
we're
you're
in
the
for an
prime.
exciting game.
You are the
and,
prime
yeah.
time entertainment value here, so we expect a lot here.
Northwest Territories went after that Yellowstone out in the 12-foot, and they just over-curled on them, and now Alberta comes back and is lying 2.
And here's one of the advantages, and I've had an opportunity to talk to some of the coaches and players. One of the advantages, Alberta played this afternoon.
Yeah.
So they get that game out of the way, got a little feel for the ice. I mean, I know they played 6 games here already, but still, now you're in. The board has been wiped clean. It's 0-0. You win, you continue. You lose, you go home.
That's right.
And sometimes that gets a little bit of the nerves out, where territories have been off all day, and now they come. And we'll just see. And you might see a little something earlier on, get them settled down. But
Yeah.
obviously they don't want to give up.
Well, the first end is a feeling out end usually, and still pretty good shape here. They're looking. They need a little miss from Alberta so that they could clear this and blank the end, or get a little roll to the middle where they can group those stones together a little better.
Here's Allen's second shot here in the first end. Just keeping it clean. Now they're giving a little sweep, but right on. Nice shot.
Right on the nose. So they're keeping, as we said, they're trying to keep them spaced apart so that there is no double. And Ontario is trying to do just the opposite with a little hit and roll inside here.
Jansen next up for Team Northwest Territories, and we'll just give you a quick scoot around. Larry and I will keep you up to date on the other championship semis tonight. On the women's side is Ontario playing Nova Scotia, men's Ontario playing BC, and Nova Scotia playing Saskatchewan. So definitely we'll keep you up to date on all the action going on tonight.
Great to see 2 Nova Scotia teams in the semis
Yeah.
here. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to have a Maritime team in the final. We're up against some big odds, so that but exciting games going on. And, right now, we just saw Northwest Territories hit and roll over to the side of the ice closest to the Yellowstone, so they're trying to get them closer together. So there may be a double here.
Here's Morgan is in the house, and just shows the quality of this Alberta team. First of all, just getting out of Alberta
Yes.
is a tough.
Yes, just getting out of the Calgary Curling Club, I guess. is a tough
Yes,
thing. And
and to be able to do it, her third Travelers in 5 years. Kudos to the ladies, and they're getting a lot of excellent competition before they even get to the Nationals.
yes, that's right. And like you said, this is our third, and they told me that to get out of Alberta, first you got to, of course, get out of your club, like everywhere, but then there's 8 regions, so you got to get out of that region, and 2, and then playing the provincial. So it's a pretty good test, as opposed to the Northwest Territories, where they had to play the best of 5 against one other team. But it was an 8-hour trip just to get to the competition. So it was grueling enough there, and the girls told me that they spent more time driving than they did playing. So.
And this foursome of Alberta has played together for 7 years. And in 2016, they won a silver medal in Kelowna.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm more than a pretty face, Larry. I have a mind.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind for later on. There's a great entertainment here tonight, too.
Well,
they have a band.
Another note of interest, Marie-Claude Savoy, playing for the Northwest Territories, is a New Brunswick girl, and actually has moved back to New Brunswick since they played in the Travelers in the Northwest Territories, and is a teacher up in Dalhousie now. So she's back home and quite happy to be here. So
Stroder played second for Sharon Cormier in Halifax, and they lost in the semifinals after going 5-1 in round robin play. And then she returned in 2016 as a third and finished with a 2-4 record, just missing the playoffs in Kelowna. So she has experience. She's a skip now, first time being a skip with the Northwest Territories. So she does bring experience to the team, for sure.
Yeah, and actually this is really their first time on the ice.
Yeah, they play well. The foursomes played together for a couple of seasons. Stroder and Jokela, is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Have played together on the same team for over 6 years.
Yes, this is their third Travelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wanted me to shout out to their 5th player back home, Kristen, and they wanted to make sure that you were watching and enjoying, and they wanted to say they missed you. So got that. So
another check off your
off my long list. If you could see the amount of shorthand that I take.
Larry, when he's not doing commentary, is a school principal.
That's correct.
And if we had said that 30 years ago that you would be, we would bust a few ribs laughing. Yeah. But he's a responsible person.
We all grow up, I guess.
Yeah.
Eh? Yeah.
So here is Alberta is sitting 2.
Well spaced.
Yeah, and a very good end for Alberta, forcing territories into a single point, and they have that in the back. And if you get a slight miss, they could steal one.
Yeah, either way, I think it's an all right end for Northwest Territories, whether they pick up one here or they cut them down to giving up a steal of one. I think that's still fine. You get the nerves out in the first end, and you're ready
didn't
to
give
roll.
up a big end.
Yeah, exactly.
Because these, if you're tuning in for the first time, if you've been busy all week and haven't had a chance to catch our broadcast, these games are only 8 ends. So we'll be switching at 4.
And the 4-rock rule, I guess.
Yeah, 4 guy there. She's on the money. It's rolling a bit, but she's got shot, so she'll get a single point. And
get the nerves out of the way.
Yeah, and Alberta will have the hammer come number 2.
And we can update the other women's semifinal game. Nova Scotia and Ontario blanked the first end, and Nova Scotia retains the hammer.
And the men are still playing the first end. I'll give you the overall standings at the end of round robin play. In Pool A, as we said, these two teams, Territories and Alberta, were 5-1. Saskatchewan and British Columbia were 3-3. Northern Ontario and Quebec were 2-4, and Nunavik was 1-5.
So interesting in Pool B, though, Guy.
Pool B, wow. I mean, this was tight, folks. Nova Scotia, Ontario, Manitoba, Newfoundland, Labrador, 4-2. New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island were 2-4. Yukon finished 1-5. Nova Scotia had a better record against the tie team, so that's why they got the first place nod. Ontario were higher up than the other two teams remained, so they end up finished second officially. And Manitoba, Newfoundland had to go to a tiebreaker this morning to play, and against Saskatchewan British Columbia. Correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So,
I have to look back at my notes. It seems like such a long time ago.
In the first, through the first rock right on the umbrella, and Alberta quickly removes that, and we're going to see a quick end here, I think, right now.
Yeah, Manitoba played Newfoundland and Saskatchewan played BC this morning.
Yeah, and there was no tiebreakers in the men's.
No, it was unfortunate.
Came down to just 3 teams. And BC and Saskatchewan, or BC and Nova Scotia, no, Saskatchewan led their pools. And I see we have a score over there in the BC Ontario men's game. BC picked up 2 in the first. A nice shot there, changed the ice a little bit, and they're now sitting one in the 8-foot. BC will chase that out of there. So I got a minute, I was talking to some of the girls, and Sarah Gartner wanted to say hi to all her family, but especially Kristen and Julie and her husband Derek and her 2 boys Bennett and Hunter. So wanted to make sure that they were watching, and they knew that she was thinking about them. So like we said, Keith, pretty clean end here. Just bang, bang, bang.
Savoy? Savoy. Savoy.
Savoy.
Shot and rolls into the center.
Okay.
Now I can't hear my right side anymore. Yeah, I have.
Nice shot here.
Yeah.
We'll roll over. So again, changing the ice up again.
Savoy with her second shot. Savoy.
Savoy.
See, I was at a hockey game tournament last week, and we had some Savoys and Savoys.
I think coming from the northern part of New Brunswick, Savoy would be.
She's right on the money.
Yeah, good nose hit.
Yeah.
And a pretty clean end so far. Both teams looking for a little miss, but also a chance to get some time on the clock for some tighter ends later on. Some zones in play.
Yeah, we've had, we had a great week here. 28 teams altogether, 14 men's and 14 women teams. Very exciting week. And tomorrow morning, whoever wins this, we have our gold and bronze medal games going tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Atlantic. I know I can't imagine how early that's going to be in Alberta and Northwest Territories.
Yeah. Quite early, but I think
you can just roll and just watch it in bed.
That's right.
Have an iPad or your phone. And
for the players, it's been a long week. It's been a marathon for many of them.
Yeah.
I've been playing every day, an average of 2 games every day, and some of these teams today could have played 3 games.
Yes.
Didn't work out that way.
No.
But,
yeah, the quarterfinal, the
tie-breaking
teams never continued on.
And it looks like
it's gone on to
be
outside
out here, so nothing terrible. Chance for Alberta to put one somewhere else, or maybe a different part of the ice, and see if they can get a full miss.
And lots of times those misses earlier on doesn't really seem to matter until you get towards the end, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you have that unbalanced rock situation, right?
You're not sure of the ice too, eh? So this one looks like it's going to glide on through unless digs in.
Look
awful
at that.
quick. And that was
And
Alberta's first draw this end too.
Yeah.
So.
And there's the advantage taken away.
Yeah. So now Northwest Territories will try to draw one in there, and we'll be back to the same game.
It was nice that they did that in the first draw too. I mean, the first end too. First girl went through. Second girl went through. Okay.
Yeah.
Christmas is now.
Ice is a little faster than it was in practice, must have been.
Well, they get the adrenaline.
Again, yeah.
And
just like we have up here, Keith.
Yeah,
nervous.
Pins and needles. Had an opportunity.
And sore knees.
Yes, we had. I had an opportunity when we were at the Senior Nationals in Fredericton there. I guess it was a year and a half ago now, and had an opportunity to have different former champions in the booth and whatnot. And one of the ladies said, "Keith, I always believe in getting my sweepers involved." She goes, "They can make the rock go 4 to 6 feet further.
Yeah.
They can't do a bloody thing to slow her up."
No.
So she says, I'm even it's just a little bit. She goes, I always have my sweepers involved, just like this shot here. Right from the get-go, the sweepers are on it. You know, they're keeping an eye on it, just nice little.
If they need, they're drawn down to it here.
Morgan is shouting out the instructions now. She's got the line. Wants them to get on it. Good sweeping job.
Yeah.
A little further.
Just get over curl, just
nice.
a touch.
Yeah, but a good shot. Good shot. Got the high five.
Yeah.
Got the high five from the skip. That's a good thing.
Good sweeping. And that's always the sweepers always want to do that too. If you're a front end, you want to be able to carry a stone. You want to get in there early and
just give me an opportunity to help. I want to help out.
Yeah. That's what a front end's all about. They do want to get down there and they do want to pound that rock and get it where it's right exactly where you want it.
Here we are, the first skip stones out of the second end. 1-0 Northwest Territories, Alberta with the hammer. Semi-final championship, 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship. Keith Rains, Larry Flanagan bringing this broadcast to you tonight on Bell TV 1.
Well, we're throwing a little bit of weight at this, and you up the weight a little bit.
Keep an eye on that center line to see if she
starts
coming over.
They want to keep it out there and just pick that out.
Yep.
Looks like she got a good one.
Nice shot. And again, good sweeping to keep that, hold that line.
I think Alberta will try to do the same thing again and freeze one too, that red stone. But we haven't seen too many misses so far this end, Keith. Both teams seem to be playing pretty good, and this is a good end to get all those jitters out.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of stones in play, and not a whole lot of nerves to that.
Well, and they, like you said, this Alberta team's a veteran team. They've been here before. Sarah's been here before. I mean, some of the others could be their first time, but they've had a great week, and they've had some big games. Just going through the scores for Alberta. Alberta defeated Quebec 6-3, Saskatchewan 5-3, Northern Ontario 5-4. Lost that tough one to the Territories 6-5. Then came back and won 11-4 against Nunavik and 8-1 against BC.
Looks like they got another good one. Stop somewhere around the tee line, I think.
Keep it on the pro side. No, it's sliding in behind there a bit.
So we're looking at the same shot again, I think.
Territories record was also 5-1. Their score is 9-7 against BC. 5-3 Nunavik. The 6-5 victory over Alberta. 7-4 over Saskatchewan. And a spirited Quebec team that had sort of a rough week, but they got their mojo going against Territories and beat the Territories 7-5.
Yeah.
And then
They've played the spoilers a couple times.
yeah, and then Sarah came back, and the girls came back with an 8-3 victory over Northern Ontario to finish at 5-1.
So as you say, both of these teams have been in this situation before, and both of them are playing well. And we should be in for a real exciting game here as it goes on. And as you and I both know, the game really gets going after the fourth end here, Keith. And right now they're just feeling each other out, feeling getting used to the ice and reading the ice and all of those little things that are going to make a difference later on.
This time this is going to roll out.
So we'll be looking at a blank here. Or an attempt at a blank. You want to make sure you hit first and then roll out second.
Well, and it's, you get 4 or 5 more feet there at the back, and that just gives that rock that much more opportunity that could curl or drift a bit.
Yeah.
And
well, they've been saying all week there's been a lot of curl from the hog line in, so even with the up weight we're getting a little bit of curl here, so you've got to be positive with this release. And
so a real good end without having hammer for the territories to hold this powerful Alberta team to potentially trying to blank the end.
The girls from Alberta said this is their third meeting, and right now they're 1-1. So
the rubber game.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we could bring it to you. There, she's going to get a piece of it.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Nice shot by Morgan.
So there we have it.
2
ends
in
the book.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see game on here very shortly.
A quick update on the men's side: 2-0 Saskatchewan over Nova Scotia, and 2-0 BC Ontario. And then on our ladies' side, it's 1-0 Nova Scotia over Ontario, and they're into the third end.
Quick game over there. I thought our game was going quite quick, but so Yokela is in the hack. They're ready to deliver again as they had that blank end, and Alberta will maintain the hammer.
I'd like to, this time, big shout out to the sponsors who helped make this event possible. The City of Miramichi, Province of New Brunswick, Curling NB, Pizza Delight and Subway, Tim Hortons, Jet Ice, and of course Travelers Canada, our presenting sponsor. And another key supporter, local supporter too, is Towns Auto. They've helped out with the transportation, giving vans out to the tournament to help the teams transporting back and forth to the hotel or wherever else they need to go. And the guys have done, and all the volunteers have done a tremendous job here this week to make this event run smoothly and successfully. And
yes.
so.
And much like yourself, a lot of them have been here for every draw all week long, and they've all been excited, and they're back every morning and ready to go at it again.
Let's give her.
Yeah.
So a big thank you. I know Sean Ingersoll, the president of the club here and also chairman of this event. You can't have an event without having an excellent group of volunteers, and I think at times you were saying it's anywhere from 150 to 200 people that has helped out in many different ways.
Yes, lots of new curlers and lots of former curlers out here lend a hand. Club really appreciates
helping out everything. Like up here we have timers, we have hosts and hostesses for every team. We have, like you said, the drivers. There's people downstairs doing 50-50 draws, and the serving of the food for the teams after they play. And
just cleaning the building.
Just keeping everything moving smoothly, and to try to make this an outstanding experience for the curlers here. And Larry and I had said earlier, for some, I mean, this is a veteran teams that are here. They've been here 2 or 3 times, but for a lot of others, this is their first shot at a national event.
And it's a national title, so it's a big event. Like you said, these girls have all been here. This is their third time, and they're both looking for their first big win.
Yeah, I mean, as myself as an athlete, I had an opportunity to attend, participate in 2 nationals, and as a coach, I fortunate enough to be in 1, and I can tell you, It's not the same.
No.
You try, and I mean the good teams and stuff, and the good players. You try, hey, just another game, just another game. But when you see all those different uniforms and coming in, it's big. And we just wish everyone the best and play the best you can. And as my coach would say, as my coach would say, Keith, no regrets.
Yeah.
Just have no regrets.
Sit down, Keith.
Where's the love? Larry told me you can't play. No.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eddie Walsh, what a guy.
Yes, Ed. Yeah.
That was a special group of guys.
My daughter was fortunate enough to play 4 years for Ed when she went to St. Thomas.
Yeah.
So he was a great coach.
Well, we've got some action down here. At this end, as we're into N3 already, Alberta has kept the hammer.
Yeah,
and they're sitting 2.
Drew 2 behind that.
And that is going to
open it up a little bit.
Yeah,
no,
get a little push.
Run it back. It's going to be a usable stone, though. Keith.
Yeah. Well, I take that back because I'm looking up at the big screen here. I've got to reach way back. And actually, territories are sitting 1. Okay?
Yeah, they got one hidden. We can't see that from here.
Like, you get your glasses on.
Yeah.
I had an excuse. No. But yes.
No, it is. It's right well hidden behind that yellow stone. So, and sitting on the 4 foot, the red already. So, Alberta will be trying to remove some of these guards.
There's a nice peel
the
there.
Front one. And Northwest Territory is going to draw to the back stone. So they're trying to have 2 in that 4 foot and really cut down the scoring area too, Keith. Worst case, they're looking to force 1 here and get the hammer back.
And one of the cool things by making it to championship semis, get 2 out of 3 chance of coming away with the medal.
Yes.
Because the losers of this match.
Yes, nobody's done right now. Everybody here will be playing in the morning.
Playing in the morning, 9 a.m. We have the gold and bronze medal games in the men's and women. And sometimes it takes a little time to regroup if you have a tough semifinal loss.
Yeah.
But I tell you, the worst feeling in the world is coming 4th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a hard pill to swallow. But that's a long ways away yet.
You can walk away and still say you finished 4th at the national championship. Yeah. So when you're
bronze
back
medal
home,
game.
That's still big.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be big.
Big.
Okay. Looks like Alberta will be looking to double these 2 guards off if they can. Take control of the house at the same time.
Bang, bang. Beautiful shot by Evans.
Now we got that. Now territories have that lonely red rock in there, Keith. Where before it was had a few partners, but now they'll be trying to draw one down, just like they were talking about doing earlier, right to that back stone. So they're lying 2. So this is an important draw right here for Jansen. See, the men are moving right along in that Nova Scotia-Saskatchewan game over there too, Keith.
Scotia came back with 3-2 Nova Scotia over Saskatchewan. Now Saskatchewan, former champions in 2014.
Well, here we got a nice looking draw. We just got to get it by that those 2 front stones, and it looks like we do. And we're drawing it right down, freezing it to that back yellow. And Northwest Territory is now lying 2. Keith's just going to check a few emails and comments, just send them on his way, and we'll get them on the air as quickly as we can. So Elena wanted to make sure I said hi to her friends and family and her partner James Mason, so I'll make sure to say that. And big shout out to all the people watching back in Yellowknife. I hear it's quite cold up there.
Yeah. from a championship perspective, Manitoba had won it back-to-back years, 2017 and 2016. In 2015, Prince Edward Island, the Cornwall Curling Club, came away with the victory.
This one looks like it's over curling on this cave, and they will make contact and will move a couple stones around. And
got rid of one.
Yeah.
And Territories is counting one, but the next three belong to Alberta.
So we're looking for a little hit and roll here.
The last time Alberta claimed the Travelers was back in 2010. Nanette DuPont, Lace DuPont, Shirley Cohosh, and Valerie Leahy were the winning team. So
they're looking to get back in that winning form.
Morgan wants to get Alberta back after an 8-year hiatus from the podium.
So Territories going after that wide open stone in the back of the 8, and looks like they'll get it, but might roll out here. Just hung around, and so they're lying 1 and 3, which is not a bad situation for them.
On the men's side, the past champions, British Columbia, Ontario, Newfoundland in 2015, Saskatchewan in 2014, Alberta, back-to-back years, the Crescent Curling Club, 2013 and 2012, and 2011. Alberta won it again, but that was the Red Deer Curling Club. So, as we said earlier, Alberta, tremendous tradition in the world of curling.
Lots of curling that's taking place out west. And so with that shot, Alberta is now lying 2, and the Territories will try to double that off.
Well, actually, big guy, Alberta's sitting 1, 2, and 4. And Territories are in the back there with that. Those ones in back always seem to come and play later on. Like you sort of forget about
biters,
them. You sort of forget about them, but then all of a sudden they become factors towards the end.
So we're down to skip stones here in the third.
Where has the time gone, buddy? Just seems we're here. It's Friday night. Of course, every day it seemed like a Friday, Saturday this week.
Yeah, lots of festivities, lots of celebrations. And
well, Monday night I got back to the hotel after opening ceremonies, and for some, in my mind, it was Saturday. So I get, and I'm looking at the TV and go, like, where's Hockey Night in Canada at? Like, where? And then all of a sudden something came across, and I go, what are these shows doing on? And
it's always Saturday night here in the Miramichi.
Here's a shot there. She wants to get it
over curled on her, but
no, get a piece of it. Rolls in behind. Nice shot. Very nice. Yeah, so I'm watching this. I said, that show's not on Saturday. And all of a sudden, I came across something on the news or something. Monday. And I went,
well, at least you didn't lose the week.
I said that. I texted that to my wife. I said, yeah, I've been really confused on the days. They've all seemed like Friday or Saturday up here. Last night, great entertainment here. They had James Mullinger for all the folks, and he's an excellent comedian from England originally, has moved to New Brunswick, married a girl from the Kingston Peninsula, matter of fact, that's just outside of St. John, and so he's been a great ambassador for our province and country, and his act, everyone enjoyed.
Big time when I was walking out last night. There was nothing but roars of laughter. So I unfortunately had to get up at 6 this morning to get ready to go to work.
I didn't stick around because we had a 14-hour day, so we just went for a bite to eat and hit the hay. Here we are, Morgan now with her first shot here in the third end. 1-0 Territories.
So right now, Alberta Lion won. And they really didn't see what they had planned there, so I'm not sure if they're drawing or trying to raise that in. But
I think she's going to pop that, take that Territory shot out.
Looks like a raise here.
Yeah.
get a little more curl. It looks like they got it, though.
Yeah, it came across nice. Good shot, Morgan, and it rolls in.
Yeah, real nice shot.
The supporters are in agreement. We got the high fives going, or the low fives.
Fives all over.
Fives all over.
So Territories down to their last rock here in the third, facing 2. It looks like they'll need a little hit and roll in behind that one that Morgan just threw. Alberta in pretty good shape here to score 2 right now. And need to have this one stick around, or a 3 could become a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a real nice raised takeout there.
Sarah came back and talked to the sweepers what shot that she wants.
Definitely going to throw a little bit of weight at this and hope that they can hold it and get a little curl at the end. Another little update on sheet 3, or sheet D, I guess it is. BC against Ontario. Looks like BC picked up another one and now leading 3-0 over there.
Picked up.
This is really curling. They get rid of the front one, but they need this to stick around.
No, so a draw for 2.
Well, a 3 will come to play if they can nose that back one, Keith.
Yes, sorry.
That's all right. We all see the game a little differently.
Well, I didn't see.
You were the one that said all along that this stone in the back of the house could mean
It was
something.
blocked. It was blocked out of my vision there for. I'm going to use the screen away from the play.
Quite a few tall people over there. So yeah, there needs a nose hit here. There has been quite a bit of curl going down this way so far, especially from that outside in. So reset and ready to roll.
Final shot of the third end. Alberta's looking for 3. She needs a hit and stay.
She got it.
And she does. 3 points.
So leading 3-1 now after 3 ends play.
That was a very well played in for Alberta. And now,
as we just look across the ice here, we can see Ontario and Nova Scotia in the women's play are tied at 1 after 3 ends play, and they're into their 4th end. And still waiting on completion of the 3rd end for the Saskatchewan Nova Scotia game.
And currently it's a 3-2 countdown there for Nova Scotia. So it's important now, I think, for Territories to try to get a deuce there, even things up here at the break.
So I think right now Alberta will be bringing this stone into the ring and seeing if they can get the Northwest Territories to chase, but I'm sure that they'll ignore that and try to put up a corner guard. Another donation, Keith.
I'm making a donation over here. Tough crowd. You give them $5 in change, they give you a hard time. Like, gee, where's the love? Where is the love?
The love will come. The love will come.
It's easier to make change from winning.
Yeah. These ladies are good. That's why the 50-50 is going so well here this week.
Give them change back from a 20. Well, we try not to.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Wouldn't be in the Maritimes if you didn't have 50-50 draw.
That's right. So yeah, we're setting up that corner guard, and that to come as deep as they can. The long guard doesn't do much here because there's so much curl in the ice, Keith. You want to get that in close enough that you can put something around it and take away that straight back.
Well, this morning I had I had two guys in the booth with me. I had Jim Matheson, and Pat.
From Alberta?
No. This was my cohorts, Jim Matheson and Pat.
Pat Waldrop. Okay.
So I made the mistake of saying, "What are you boys doing tonight?" And Pat goes, "Well, I got game night tonight." I said, "Oh, game night? What's that?" He said, "Well, it's a big a big feast, game. Got to bring a game, like the game that you shot."
Okay.
So he was going to go home and make moose pie.
Ah.
And then, of course, then Jim's folks say, "Well, yeah." He said, "I made duck." I don't know, it was duck dumplings and we got off on a whole tangent on this game night. And anyway, then we had to refocus on the game. Well, afterwards, the PEI girls who were listening to the game, they came up and they go, "Were you broadcasting? Were you?" And I said, "Well, maybe, why?" And she goes, "Oh my, we just laughed our heads off it." The boys explained game night. And there's about 100 guys go to this thing, and all the boys, if whatever your shot was rabbit, partridge, duck, geese, goose, moose, deer, bear, porcupine, they cook something up
gets a piece of it.
and they bring her down. Game night. They've been doing it for 30-some years.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard tell of
I
it.
never heard tell of it either. Welcome to the Miramichi.
Yeah.
So, we have game night here too, but it's curling. And glad you could tune in, and I hope you're enjoying watching and supporting your teams tonight here. Alberta and the Northwest Territories, at least at evening now. It was tough this morning at 9:30 for,
Yeah.
the Keene supporters were up.
Oh, yes. I tried to tune in, but I got a little busy there at the office, so I didn't get to hear much of or watch much of the first game. I did cheat there and had my lunch a little late, and I watched a little bit of the quarterfinals. And really glad to be here tonight for the semis.
Girls are sweeping over the hog line. Just gonna put up a guard as Alberta has two in the house there, putting pressure on the Territories. And Morgan calls it a real nice game. It's one thing to call a great game, but then you have to execute it.
Everybody has to execute.
Yeah.
That's right. Marie Claude's delivery here, and looks like she's trying to draw into the 4-foot. Got a pretty good line. Just got to get by that guard.
She's
by heavy, though.
Oh, Carol just caught it.
Just a little too heavy for them to really jump that, eh? So,
I thought that was going to get by, but we're off just a little bit from the angle.
And Marie talked to her earlier, and she wanted to make sure that I said a special hi to her mom and dad and her brother and her partner, Dominic. So hello to all of them, and of course all her friends and family up on the North Shore.
I'm amazed at the number of stuff that you have on that small piece of paper.
Well, that was all the paper you would give me, Keith, so I'm used to taking quick notes about the kids. So,
right, yeah.
So kind of take cryptic notes. I don't think anybody else could read them. And Keith's kind of looking at me and puzzled as to where I'm getting all this information.
Got rid of the Territory stone and one of the Alberta in the back, but Alberta's still sitting too. And now Sarah wants clean up that front of the house.
I think her teammates want to try something else.
Yeah. And that's what that's a good adjustment where teams, well, I'd rather.
They want to eliminate a stone and hopefully roll in behind that nice set of guards that are out front, because if you can get one in there, it's going to be hard to chase it out.
Waiting on it.
Lots of weight here. It's hard to get a little curl, but we need a little bit more.
Coming in and let it roll.
Beauty,
What a lovely
going hard.
shot.
A little more. Nice
Beautiful shot, and they didn't even have to put a broom on it.
Yeah. Alberta will be trying to knock that out with maybe looking at probably back line to hack. Oh, changing their mind and going to draw down to it. Looks like they're willing to give up one or set up and control the front of the house there, and so that they can move some stones around later.
Territories with the hammer this end. We will take a short break after this end, 5 minutes. Let the ladies regroup, get some refreshments, have a chat.
They'll clean up the ice.
Yeah, refocus, do a little ice clean, and get back for the last 4 ends.
Looks like Alberta's putting that exactly where they wanted it. Real good shot. Excellent shot. Cuts that scoring area down a lot, especially now that we're into skip stone or mate stones. Little bump in there, and they have theirs. Alberta has control of the house right now, I believe, with those 2 stones in front, and they can move those. Northwest Territories sitting a little deep.
Sweepers are on it now, and she's
Looks
gonna.
like
She
it's
started
over-curling.
biting in. Yeah. Up on the front there.
It's not terrible. So it does mean right now Northwest Territory is sitting 1, and it looks like both teams are happy with that right now. I don't know how they get into there for 2. The Alberta is going to try down and try to block off that hole to the button. Keith, if for those of you that can't see, he's giving hand signals now, and
I have a
got
vision.
the ice figured
We
out.
need to have a telestrator.
Yes.
That's what we need here.
Yeah.
So the folks at
So
home can
quit
see.
marking on the window.
Yeah. Won't be able to see out pretty soon. It's hanging
For a
out
little
there.
more curl though, and it looks like they got that hole filled, and
Yeah.
maybe you can take this right to the button. Oh,
Now they
might
got to
be
ease it
sliding
up.
Sliding a little bit far.
Coming in. Okay.
Well, that's good for the Northwest. They can come right down. If they can follow that down and sit on top of it, they got a chance to score there too.
And obviously, Sarah must have heard you there.
Well,
You call
I
it
am
good.
mic'd up.
I am mic'd up.
Pretty important shot right here now.
Yeah.
They're not going to get 2 opportunities to put it in there, so.
Shot. The sweepers just keeping it clean. Now they're on it a little hard.
So Elena, it looks like it's tight and tight,
Yeah.
which is never good.
It's going to rack up against the front there and just might block that hole right off.
Well, they want to get a little bit of separation, not even roll a little
Yeah.
far, but there's not a whole lot of room left
No.
to do there much, Keith. So Alberta has an opportunity maybe to run that yellow back into the pile.
Yes. Oh, that's where my telestrator was
Yeah, that's
coming
what
there.
I
That was
You
coming in, coming across the face
Just
there
like
a bit.
a chess game, 3 moves ahead, Keith.
Oh yeah. See
They
what
probably
Morgan,
saw
see what
those
Morgan
hand-
sees.
They probably saw those hand signals.
You got to keep them down. One coaching
no
from
coaching, yeah.
She said, "Can I get through there?" Wow.
Well, she thinks she can. So
Yeah.
that's half of it.
Well, if she comes in, we can tap, tap,
Tap, tap.
tap, tap, tap. Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
I don't know if there's a tap,
And
tap.
I
see a
don't know
tap,
if there's a
tap.
tap, tap.
I don't see a tap, tap. I think you have
Fine.
to run the yellow back for.
Okay.
But you can come down on top of that
Let me get my money out here.
yellow one she just threw. With, crease in there, and there's not many. There will be no opportunity to get more than one here.
Yeah, that's right. And it could be tough to get. Wow, she's got one sitting there.
She's
now.
sitting one, but
She's not getting two.
right now that's a tough little draw. We just saw it over curl there for the Northwest Territories, so taking a little more ice here, and they got to wait for the curl.
Here's Morgan's first shot of the fourth end. Staying out there.
We're just watching here, so I don't know what to say. It looks like it's just hanging out there for
Yeah.
and was a fresh piece of ice too. But
Yeah.
still a small hole there, but
It's just like
two block wide.
It's just like saying, come on,
Yeah.
come on in. No, really, come on.
So a little less ice here, and see if they can get it through that port. Apparently she could fit through. If Sarah could
Yes,
fit through,
if Sarah can fit through, that means the Rock can fit through. So
a little measurement. So another opportunity maybe to get in here for a second point.
So here we go. A first shot for Territories. Territories are sitting shot, but they're surrounded by Alberta stones.
So just an update on Sheet D. They're into their fourth end break in the men's game. Ontario go back to score 2 in the fourth, so they're trailing 3-2 to BC.
Shot is away. Sweepers are just keeping it. They're ready to be called into action.
Hoping to be able to
Yeah,
jump
they're
in
waiting
there.
for the curl.
It looks real nice.
Yeah. Curl is coming. She's in. It's a little bump. Just need a little bit more curl.
The only problem is now the hole's quite a bit bigger for Alberta to come right down there. And, she's taking about 4 inches more of ice right now. Oh, just going to throw up a guard. Discussion on this anyways. Quite happy to just throw up a guard.
Yeah. So there's no way that she could come in and get her two.
Exactly. Hold your opponents to one is all you want to do here. So just discussing it with her front end down there, just going through it and saying what she wants to do and getting confirmation so they know the weights that she's trying to throw, and they just want to block off that port that was just created. It's now about 3 stones wide, Keith, so quite a bit larger.
Shot is away. Just keeping it clean. Waiting to.
Line's real good.
Ellen is calling out
Actually,
instructions.
might even be over curling a little bit. Could use a little width.
Yeah. There she goes. Beautiful shot by Morgan.
I don't think there's any.
That's exactly where the broom, before she went down, she pointed to the spot that she wanted that rock to settle in. So she's happy with it. An update score in the women's side. They're on their break, and it's 2-1, and I think it's 2-1. The Ice Keepers doing an excellent job blocking. I think it's Nova Scotia.
Well, I can't really update you on that one.
No,
but,
it's the partial score.
Yeah,
2-1. There he is. Yeah, is Nova Scotia. Up 2-1 on Ontario.
And in the men's game,
Yeah, she's just throwing this away. There's nothing there. So Sarah said, rather than do something that could cost me 3, I'll take the 1, and we'll go on break.
Yeah, and got a real good game here,
Yeah.
3-2, and Both teams have been curling really well. Lots of stones in play in that last decade, so I think we'll take a little break along with the ladies.
Yeah, so we'll be right back for the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship, Miramichi, New Brunswick, at the Miramichi Curling Club. There's Keith Rains and Larry. We'll be back momentarily. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2018 Travelers Curling Club Championship, Miramichi, New Brunswick, at the Miramichi Curling Club. Keith Rains, Larry Flanagan bring you this action. We're hitting the 5th end. Alberta has a hammer, and they are up 3-2 as they had the Territories rock surrounded in that 4th end. And Sarah made a smart move, said, you know what, the risk reward wasn't there to try something in case
there really was nothing there.
Yeah. So
Alberta did a good job closing up that port, and she had, like we said, one opportunity to get it in there, and wrecked on the guard. Just about got by, had great weight, but just didn't take the curl like they were expecting. So now we see Northwest Territories putting up that center guard, and it looks like Alberta will be drawn into the rings there on the outside, looking to score their 2 points. So as we said earlier, this is a rubber match for these two teams. They've played each other twice already, and they've split. Not twice here, but twice at the Travelers. This is their second time facing off against each other this week. And you said they had a very tight game earlier in the week, Keith. And
yeah, 6-5.
And from the Northwest areas, Anna Lee wanted to make sure that we talked and said hello to everybody back at the Yellowknife Curling Club, and thank you for all the support. They really like getting all the notes, and they continue to receive them, and it's really uplifting, especially being this far away from home. Northwest Territories drawing down and trying to put one in behind that center guard. Looks like they're going to just get the right finish there. It's half hidden. So looks like Alberta's going to try to tap that out of there. We are playing the 4 rock rule, so they can't touch that guard, this being only the 4th rock. So Alberta will be trying to pick that one out of there. Let that shot go. You can see part of it. Looks like they got a pretty good shot here. Little directional sweeping. Pick it out of there clean, roll over to the outside, and it looks like it is out of the frame, but it looks from here like it's just biting on the 12-foot.
We got a special guest in the house here, Shadrach McLeod, skip of the Northwest Territories team. You want to say a few words here, Shadrach? Come on on.
Well, welcome, and the floor is yours, as they say.
Floor is mine, eh? Well, we're just super proud of these girls. It's been a treat to watch them this whole week with a record of 5-1 with the Territories. It's phenomenal. It's super fun to watch, and well, that's been the magic this whole week.
They just made another great shot there, getting around about it.
Yeah, just that little bit of extra work, that little bit of extra precision to make that come around, and those are little things that are so key in being in this semifinal game.
Yes, they played well all week, and as we said, Keith and I were talking, this is the second time they faced Alberta, so sort of a rubber match. They played them in a previous Travelers, and so both teams were up for this game, and both playing very well.
Yeah, I think they're both very very competitive teams, and they wanted this match. Both teams really wanted this one. The last one went to an extra, so we're hoping for something similar, something really good here.
You want to give a shout out to the folks back in Yellowknife?
Yeah, to represent the Territories at a Travelers event is it's a dream. It's been 2 years in the making for us, and just a lot of fun. We're looking forward to continuing to represent the Territories in any way we can, and hopefully be back at the Travelers.
Oh, excellent! Glad to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
And Northwest Territories looking for a little hit and roll inside, and they get that, and they're now lying 2. So this end seems to be unfolding the way Northwest Territories want. It's always a little different when you come out after the break and how the ice is, and get back in the groove again, Keith. But it looks like both teams are right back where they left off.
There's nice comments there from Shadrach. The boys here obviously supporting the ladies tonight. Yeah. And they just had their dinner here. I think there was pork chops and mashed potatoes going on tonight there.
Lots
from
of
the
home
grill.
cooking by Tom and the crew in the kitchen, and I think everybody's enjoyed the meals, especially fond of the chowder.
Yeah. There's a shot and got a little roll there, kept it in the...
So right now the Northwest Territories lying 1, and they're going to go right after that stone in the top 12 and see if they can have a little separation. I think they have to get a little roll, because a nose will mean that they're outside the rings, and that little biter on the side will come into play, Keith.
They always do, don't they, Larry?
The little nibblers. They always seem to come in and play for the other team and never for our team.
Lana Jansen. To hit. He's going to get a little roll there.
Oh.
And it's staying outside.
It didn't catch the ring, so Alberta will have a chance to hit here and lie 2. And either rolling either way looks pretty good, because it'll roll in behind that guard, or rolling back to center, and just open hits for their chance to score 2. Of course, they do have to stick around here.
And one thing we have to be aware of is the clock was under, we have 30 minutes, right? 15 minutes. And,
30 minutes of thinking time.
And
right.
We're here at the territories are all right. They're at 13-14, but Alberta's down to 11:38 already. And we're still in the 5th end.
Yeah, each team does
have
get
2 timeouts.
So that will probably come into play if we get down into it. Or we haven't seen too many ends get real messy, so keeping it pretty clean. And here we'll see the territories draw to the middle.
You mean there hasn't been a whack of rocks yet?
Whack of rocks, a new term that I just learned this week, actually, the whack of rocks. And,
or clutter.
Both means that you're in the game.
You're in the game, and there's a lot of action on.
That's right. A whack is anything over 5, I believe.
Yes.
And a clutter is stones in play. So it looks like that was just far enough for the Northwest Territories to be lying 1. So again, Alberta is looking for a little hit and roll here, and those won't do them any good, so they got to make sure they roll. Looks like we're getting a nose, Keith. So I think the Territories will probably try to go around that now and hide one in there, and that's exactly what Sarah wants to do. Sarah wanted me to make sure that I said hi to Urian. Said that make sure I try to pronounce that correctly. They threw a lot of curves at me.
I figured you were the man to handle that assignment.
I think you knew what you were getting me into.
Yeah. Larry goes here. He goes, "Have you interviewed some of the girls?" I said, "No, Larry. I think that'd be a great job for you."
Yeah.
There's a pen and paper and
notes.
Notes. He's got that paper full of notes.
So we're all set up here, and Sarah's ready to draw in around that guard. She's taking a lot of ice. That looks like about 5 feet of swing, Keith. And as you say, drawing's a lot like putting. read the ice and get the right weight. Both are important. And throwing
Sweepers
this
are on
to
it.
the sweepers.
Yeah.
You got to keep it out there. There should be some finish here from the hog line in.
Wanted to curl some more.
Yeah,
It's coming in now.
looks pretty good. A little more curl, a little finish here. A little more.
Yeah. I think it's
About half exposed or
Yeah.
a little more. 7/8 probably. So
and here's Morgan Muse first shot.
quick decision there, Keith.
Yeah. Well, they've got to
Yeah, make
pick
a
up the
couple
pace
minutes,
here from a time perspective.
Yeah, just take a couple of shots there to get that. She made a quick decision there, and she got to go through a routine every shot. You want to make sure that you do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just like foul shot.
It's
Just
foul
go
shot,
through.
serving in volleyball,
Yeah.
putting in golf.
Yeah.
Baseball,
It's all feel. Right?
yeah, baseball, like, the batters, how they step out, they fix their glove, they put one foot in, the other foot in, and 3 little prep swings, and away they go, whatever their routine is.
That's
And
right.
It's the same thing in the hack, and when you get into the hack and curling, is you want to have that routine, positive thoughts.
Consistency, and that's why these teams are here too. Right?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very consistent, and the cream always starts to rises to the top here in curling. And teams can stay close, but usually the team that's the most consistent ends up winning because they're just a game of inches.
Yeah.
And if you're on the right side of the inch, it certainly shows.
Good shot by Morgan there, taking
Feel that
care
out
of that territory stone. And now here we're coming up to the last shot for Sarah.
So again, about the same shot, maybe a touch more curl, maybe a little bit less ice, but the weight was good, and she can put that in there, or even the same shot, because peeling that out of there means that they're only giving up one, and that's a plus for the Northwest Territories to regain the hammer. See, we have an update on Sheet C with Nova Scotia and Ontario now tied at 2 in women's play.
Here is Territory's last shot. Sweepers are on it, keeping it nice. And she's going to want the same shot again, but she'd like to have that buried a little bit.
A little bit more of a bury, but it looks like it's hanging out there.
Yeah.
And,
That's a matter
want
of
to get a little
weight.
buried so that.
But she added a little bit more weight to it. And of course, look what happens.
It's
gonna
stuck
go.
around. It should be number 1. So
Yeah.
and it's going to take it's completely behind that guard, but a lot of room for her to get by that guard. And throwing hack weight or should
don't
give
know.
you enough to get to the nose.
I think that we can't see it from our overhead just because
But
it can't go up high enough in the ceiling. But I think that
that yellow one is biting.
Is
on
biting.
those.
Okay, so if Morgan can get this out of the back, she could count 2.
Yeah. She's got to get all the way to the nose there.
Yeah.
She's taking quite a bit of ice, so she's just throwing a heavy draw. Just needs to tap it probably a foot. Team's pretty confident that you can make this, so lots of positive talk when you're in the hack. So, the last shot here in the 5th end. Alberta leading 3-2, and this is a shot to and get around that guard. Have enough weight to.
You got to be careful there because it really bites in about that area there. I don't
They're
know
both
if they wait.
leaning to see if she can get by, and she is by.
Buy it.
And got a good one here.
Got a good one. Boy, that couldn't have put a piece of paper between it any
It's a
better.
really
Beautiful
nice
shot.
Yeah. So that'll give them a
I think that
5-2 lead.
some other big events coming up in this curling season. December 5th to 9th,
The 2018 Home Hardware Canada Cup will be in Saskatchewan, and that's followed up by January 17th to 20th down in Las Vegas. We have the World Financial Group Continental Cup, and then also in January 19th to 27th is the Canadian Juniors, the New Holland Canadian Juniors, and that is back in Saskatchewan, in Prince Albert this time. And coming out to the East Coast, we have the 2019 Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Will be in Sydney, Nova Scotia, February 16th to 24th for the Scotties. And
Lots
then
of people already have their tickets for that one.
Yeah.
Pete.
And then the big one, the Tim Hortons Brier.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Miramichi Open.
Well, yeah, that's. Is that on the calendar, too?
Yeah, coming up second weekend in January.
There's a plug in there for that. Just go online for the entry fee, or
exactly.
get tournament passes.
Yeah, tournament passes will be quite cheap, I believe.
Inexpensive, we like to say in the retail world.
Just got to make your set way to the bar.
Yeah. March 2nd to 10th will be the Tim Hortons Brier, and that will be in Brandon, Manitoba. So March 2nd to 10th on that, and finishing up with the World Men's Curling Championships March 30th to April 7th in Lethbridge, Alberta for the Men's World Curling Championships. So big calendar of events. Canada is obviously hosts the best curling events, so that's why
the teams from all over the world come.
Yeah, and teams and the spectators want to come not only for the outstanding curling, which it will be, but just it's just a great week. If you're going to the Scotties or the Brier, any of these events, just an excellent social component.
Yeah, the Brier Patch is always exciting. Always a big crowd there. You got to get there early if you want to enjoy it.
And stay late.
The entertainment is wonderful, and you get to mingle with some of the curlers, and at the level, you see them on television a lot, and they're right there, and they'll come over, and you can actually chat with them for a little while.
So that's March 2nd to 10th for the Brier, and heading to the East Coast, the Scotties, February 16th, 24th, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Here we are in the sixth end. It just seems like we sat down, Larry.
Alberta in control of this game, leading 5-2, and they've got two stones in the rings. Northwest Territories did set up that corner guard. Now they're going to try to use it with a little hit and roll on that stone that was just delivered by lead Sarah from Ontario.
It just always seems that throughout this game that the Territories has always been on the defensive side. You get that like it's just every time you look, there's like a couple of Alberta stones. Yeah, it's.
Well, the whole thing now is you can't hide anybody. The front end is so important in setting up the game. And
there's a nice shot.
Little miss early, and all of a sudden, like you say, you're chasing, and it seems to be an uphill battle all the time because you're just not getting the roll you needed, as you say, Northwest Territories have scored 2 singles, and Alberta has a 3 and a 2 on the board. So when they have the hammer, they're scoring multiple points. This one seems to be hanging out there a little bit, but finished nicely. Rolls in behind there, but
I just want to give the folks a little action on the men's side, and we'll go through quickly the pools. Pool A, Nova Scotia, Manitoba finished at 5-1. Quebec were 4-2. Alberta 3-3. Yukon and Prince Edward Island were both 2-4. And Nunavik was 0-6 in the round robin. In Pool B, British Columbia 6-0. Saskatchewan, former champions, were 5-1. Ontario 4-2. Northern Ontario 3-3. New Brunswick 2-4. Newfoundland, Labrador 1-5, and Northwest Territories 0-6 in the men's side. And currently, Nova Scotia men are up 6-3 on Team Saskatchewan, and BC's up 4-2 on Ontario. And Larry reported Ontario and Nova Scotia women are all tied at 2 apiece as they're getting down to skip stones in the 6th end there.
So Northwest Territories, Marie Claude just come up a little short on her draw around those guards, and this will mean that Alberta will be drawing in for their 3rd counter here in the 6th end, sorry. And once again, like you said, the Northwest Territories are chasing.
The girls are having a good chuckle out there anyhow on the sweeping expertise of Gardner.
Yeah. Great judge of weight. So here we're going to try the same thing. We're going to come around those stagger guards here on the outside and see if they can get one into the 8-foot, be the number 1 stone, and change this end up a little bit for them.
Well, we're starting to run out of ends here soon, and Territories, they've got the hammer here, and I think they need a deuce here.
Yeah, and it looks like that stone's perfect.
Yeah, nice shot.
Real nice shot.
Savoy's really getting her touch on here.
Hear the boys
throughout
from
the week.
Northwest
I hear them
celebrating.
Yeah, I hear them. Yeah, they're happy with that shot. When Manitoba was playing, they had the cowbells and stuff. So all you had to do was, you didn't have to know if a good shot or not. They'll let you know.
Yeah, I did the Manitoba ladies last night. And, the crowd was right beside us, and they had all their bells and whistles, and mostly bells.
That one, I don't know. That's going to rub up there. Look at that. Oh, just got by. And Morgan's out there giving it a valiant sweep.
I think they got number 1 out of that, Keith. So,
yes,
Sarah looking
they did.
to freeze one down to it now and set up an ankle for them. I was surprised that got by, Keith. It looked like it was
just with much more room than your piece of paper that you got all your notes on.
Just couldn't fold it.
No, definitely not fold it. We have to be straight out.
Trying to draw down and follow that, and get right on top of that. Set up a good ankle for Northwest Territories here. The sweepers aren't really touching it. It looks like it's got a little bit of weight. Looking for a little directional
Just
on that.
want to
tap it
nudge
a little bit.
Nudge it a bit.
And they did.
Gave it a nudge.
She's still counting on Alberta, still shy.
No,
sorry.
That's
the other one that's left,
Yeah. So they are
1 and 3.
1 and 3. That's correct. So
I lean back and look at the monitor.
That. Somebody's doing a good job keeping that monitor up to date tonight, too.
That's not us.
Yeah, they took that right out of your hands.
Yeah. I have a good memory, just really short.
Yeah. Two old guys golfing. One can't see, and the other guy can see well, but he said, well, I saw it land, I just don't remember where it was.
We used to put signs up I used to work in the pro shop when I went to university. I worked at Rock Golf Course in St. John. It was municipally owned. And so just have fun with the golfers. We would make signs up and put them in the woods and say, if you can read this sign, contact the pro shop for lessons.
So again, Northwest Territories trying to draw down to that. A little backing now. A little wall. Those are behind the tee line, so that's not bad for the Northwest. Looks like they're just going to bump it. That's going to be a great shot. So looking to
I say that's a good shot.
And I think
one of my senses, the ears are telling me the Territories boys are downstairs.
Yeah, got the whole crowd into it.
Get the whole crowd into it.
Yeah, a good group of curling fans downstairs. Lots of seating, and
there's been a great week of support by the community coming watching these games every night, which is great to see. And right afterwards, there's entertainment
They had one night, I think they had trivia night one night, and last night was the comedian James Mullinger. And
I was talking to the Saskatchewan ladies before their game last night, and they said they did quite well in the trivia. Didn't know a lot of the Miramichi questions, kind of put them off, and they thought that was a little bit of a disadvantage.
Here's Morgan's shot here.
I thought they probably should
Nice
have studied
shot.
a little bit.
Getting that one out.
And now lying 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So once again, I think Sarah will want to come down and draw to that so that it's frozen on an ankle there, so that they keep their chance to score and play here. As we said, I believe Alberta's lying 1 and 2 right now.
I would concur.
While we have a break, I just wanted to say happy birthday to my granddaughter. She turned 11 today.
Did she listen to you tonight there?
I don't know. I mentioned that we may be on.
Well,
so
I mean, you are broadcasting to the world, Larry.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
That's right.
that's kind of a big deal.
I did mention to her, but I think she said, "No, Papa, I don't think I'll be watching."
Yeah. And I just would remind her Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
And the present has just been reduced in
no,
size.
You can do it. She can do no wrong in my books.
Oh.
So a nice draw here. Looks like she's got pretty good weight.
They're waiting on it.
Yeah. Should finish here. Need a little more curl.
Have not laid a brush to it.
That's
There.
not too bad.
Nope.
They did a little freeze on the red one, but I think it's open
Yeah.
enough that they might be able to get to the nose.
It's the last shot for Morgan. We're up 5-2. Territories have last rock. Sixth
Yeah,
end.
She's been pretty consistent, making almost all the shots that they've asked her to make. And
Nice shot. Got rid of them both.
so, looks like a straight draw. No count 5. Drawing against 5 is always tough. Keith.
And that's what I said earlier on. It's just like Alberta has been on the offense. And it's just like Territories has always been looking at 2 and 3 rocks every time, and
just been on the wrong side of that head inch, and I don't think Alberta's missed too many shots tonight.
No. And people might say, "Well, that's an easy, wide open for a draw," but when you're staring at 5, it's never easy.
No. But she did just throw a draw, and she should have a pretty good idea of the weight. She just got to be a top 4, or any part in the 4 or full 8 would pretty much do it for her. So should be a pretty good shot. It should be pretty close.
Shot is away. Last shot of the 6th end.
As she says, make your sweepers work here.
Yeah. Alberta is sitting 5.
They're on and off, which is a pretty good sign.
Yeah.
She's waiting for it to take the curl. It's pretty good. And sure enough, she's in there for
Good
the
job,
one
Sarah.
shot.
Yeah.
Lots of horns and lots of clapping.
Yeah. Because I've seen shots like this week with similar setup and some skips.
fudging a little
Yeah,
bit.
they pull the string or they just give a little too much, and the sweepers don't touch it, and it goes right on through the house.
Nothing worse than being a skip and release it, and the sweepers just pulling their brooms up.
I had an opportunity to talk to Sarah this week halfway through, and I said, compliment her on her excellent play calling and shot making. And she goes, "Well, I'm like a duck. I look really smooth on the water, but underneath I'm just flapping my things, right?" So after when I would see her in the hallway, I said, "Hey, Ducky, how's it going?" And she would laugh, right? But that was a great analogy. Because yes, I'm like a duck. I look really smooth on top, but underneath I'm just battling like crazy.
That's a real good analogy.
Yeah, really nice girl.
Pound this one, get it over that hog line. Didn't quite make it. So once again, Alberta will be throwing. It looks like they're throwing this one through in the 7th. They don't really need any rocks in play.
So Larry, are you joining us tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow, buddy?
Big day tomorrow. I'm gonna sleep in till probably 7.
Wow.
Get up and clean out the driveway that I've neglected all week.
That's nice.
Yeah, and probably come up here to see some of the finals.
Yeah, you see there's on Albert, just get her through. Let's have no rocks out there.
That's right.
Let's not.
Rocks are their enemy right now. So don't give your opponent an opportunity to score. And with that first rock coming up short, Newfoundland or Northwest Territories are missing that all-important guard.
Yeah, they need to go into the PEI playbook and steal some points. For you folks that might have not seen it last night, yesterday afternoon, the PEI women's team hadn't won, and
down 7.
They're playing Ontario, who, as we see here, is in the semifinals currently. They were down 7-1 at the break, and they did have Hammer starting off the 5th, and they scored 2 points. So, hey, 7-3. Kudos, well done. Then they stole one, 7-4. We'll make a long story short, it went to extra ends. They won 8-7. Ontario did not score a point.
As a matter of fact, the PEI beat both of those teams.
Yes, yeah, they did. And the other team that's in Nova Scotia, they went over and played them the last draw in the evening, and they were looking at 7.
Yes.
In the first end, and
PEI was looking at 7.
Plan A shot wasn't going according to plan, and all of a sudden Plan B came in, and they ticked off a rock, and they ended up being shot for a point.
Which is all important to know Plan B.
And the place went crazy here. PEI ended up winning 7-3. So
gained a lot of momentum with that. And it's hard to guard against that. When there's so many opportunities, so many stones in play, it's hard to guard against that one that sneaks in and scores.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning at 9 is all games. Bronze, men and women, gold, men and women. And
so all of these 8 teams will be back out
yes,
tomorrow and playing again. So win or lose, you're up and at it.
You're up and at it. Just depends on the color that you're playing for.
And Northwest Territories got that second guard up, and now Alberta will be peeling that out. I think we'll continue to see a couple more guards before we get in. Oh, and as soon as I say that, I was wrong. We're going to go right into the house.
See, I always find I wait.
Yeah.
I wait to see what they're doing, and I just call them as I see them. Savoie.
That's right. Break load, and she's going to
Sweepers are on it.
Around. Lots of room, but as you say, lots of finish from the hog line in. Here it's coming now. Get by that guard by about a good 6 inches, and
good
it's
shot.
Almost completely buried.
Yeah, nice shot.
Completely buried. So just wait it out and call it after the thing stops.
I find it works for me.
Works for me. Yeah.
Of course, I mean, I don't get paid the big bucks like you do.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I'm investing everything that I made this week on the broadcast. And another peel by Alberta.
Nice peel.
Fewer rocks in play, the better.
Yeah. They're up 5-3.
So what do you think?
They've got the hammer.
You think she's going to throw the dart now, Keith? Going to take a chance? I'm gonna say guard.
Okay. That would make sense. Since we do have one sitting on the umbrella,
That's right.
the traveler's umbrella, where it's better under the umbrella, but this week it's better to be on the umbrella.
That's right. So both teams are quite happy with the way this end is going so far. And Northwest Territory needs another guard. This one's got to finish and get over. And now they need it to curl.
Good sweeping. And it's exposed on the other side there, yeah, so they're going to...
Yeah, that's an awful long guard to score points behind.
Yeah, wanted that down further.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Watch. Nice shot and get a little roll. Yeah. Good shot.
But now that guard is a better guard. The Northwest Territories will come right down to it. Corner freeze and, as we say, game on. Sometimes it's hard to hold on to a lead in curling, Keith. The sweepers like this, the way they're just cleaning and it's going down. They like the weight, like the line. Really nice looking shot, Keith.
So got to get a little. Yeah.
Alberta will quickly run out and peel that guard off. Northwest Territories hoping for a little miss. They haven't seen too many from Alberta.
No,
today.
they've just been a very solid team from 1 through 4 tonight.
Got the nice
Yeah,
peel
look
there.
at that peel, beautiful. Opens up the house again.
And just that quick, we're down to skip stones.
7th in, 5-3, Alberta on Northwest Territories. Alberta with the hammer. Quick update on the other ones. BC, Ontario men, 4-3 BC. As they are,
And they're just updating the score.
they've got
over
one
there.
more on Mate Stones.
Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, just updating that score. So it looks like Sarah's going to try to raise her red into that yellow and lie 2 here.
Nova Scotia men up 6-4 over Saskatchewan. 6-4 Nova Scotia.
The officials are doing a great job, Keith. That's not an easy job to sit out there in that cold ice
Oh,
shed.
yeah, we
Not
talked about that
moving
this
around.
morning. They should be doing commercials, because if they're warm enough, then they should be advertising what they're wearing.
Yeah, that's not a
Because
job
they're
for
sitting
me.
there, not a lot of movement.
It was all right when we were a little younger.
There's get the hit.
It's like it
Oh,
over curled on them.
yeah. And Alberta's still sitting shot.
So looking for a little hit and roll. Another quick decision by Alberta. So
Nova Scotia women stole 2 in the 7th to go up 5-2 over Ontario.
So once again, Alberta hasn't missed too many, and Newfoundland doesn't seem to have a feel for the or Newfoundland, actually, Northwest Territory doesn't seem to have a feel for the ice tonight.
It's just been a little.
So seeing a draw here to split the rings. My 2. Just need full 8. Setting up for a 2-under. Pretty much out of nowhere too, Keith.
Nice shot. What's that?
This,
we got a
score 2
timeout.
here.
Yeah, we got a timeout. Northwest Territories wanted to. Little T to discuss.
A little extra time. So as you said, in the men's, Nova Scotia is up 6-4 on Saskatchewan. BC is up 4-3 over Ontario in the other men's match. And, just waiting for girls to decide what they want to do here. Front end is not getting involved in the conversation at all here, Keith.
No. They're going, Sarah, tell us what to do.
Exactly. We're game. You just tell us what you want to do.
And you need people like that. Sometimes almost you get too many ideas and conversations going, and no, that's all right. These 2 girls have played a lot of years together. Well, excuse me, Jokela and Sarah actually have. Jokela.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't go down for the interview, so.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Trying to help me.
Yeah. As my buddy always says, can't protect you from yourself.
I got another nugget. Another nugget.
Yeah, you could use that.
Yeah. I can't protect you from yourself. Larry Flanagan.
Okay, so the decision's been made. Looks like we're going to play a little hit and roll, I think, Keith. But we'll wait till it stops so you can make the call.
Yeah, this is her last shot here.
Yeah, this could be the game right now. So we have Blake and over there in sheet D with BC throwing that one through in the 7th. Lots of time on the clocks over there, Keith.
Here we are, last shot.
Oh, this is
for
really curling. Really curling.
She's going to be right on it. Got her shot. I always like to say when I run my volleyball clinics and stuff, and sometimes you get, the little kids, well, I'm not big enough, I'm not strong enough, I can't make a difference. And I just say to them, if you think you're too small to make a difference, then you've never been in a tent with a mosquito. Huh?
That's right.
You folks have gone camping, you know what I'm talking about. You're in that tent at night and there's that one little mosquito. Yeah. And they look at you, they think of it, they go, that's right, Coach. I say, yeah. If you think you're too small to make a difference, then you've never been in a tent with a mosquito. Food for thought.
Food for thought.
Last shot.
Straight draw here for 2.
Yeah.
I think Alberta's been pretty consistent all game long. This one looks good. The sweepers have been on and off. And we just need a bite of the 4.
And there it is, a beautiful shot.
Score 2.
For 2 more.
And we'll be going to the 8th with a 7-3 lead.
And like Larry said, BC threw that through the house, so they retain hammer, and they are up 4-3 over Ontario. They have Nova Scotia ladies with hammer, but they stole 2, so that means they don't have hammer.
No.
So 5-2 Nova Scotia
It's
over
cold.
Ontario.
It's cold down there in the club.
Yeah.
The ice sheds up.
And then
Alberta throws that one through.
in our last sheet match of the men, we're down to got 1 shot left for mate, and then we're into skip stones, and it's 6-4.
In the 7th.
In the 7th for Nova Scotia over Saskatchewan. So
Looks like Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia,
2 from here.
yeah, Nova Scotia men's and women look like they might have opportunities to both be playing for gold tomorrow. But it's
That
not
would be quite
over
something.
yet.
No. Northwest Territories setting up a guard here, a corner guard, getting it just past Tim Hortons Cup, and that'll be a perfect spot for that. And Alberta once again throw one through. That's one of my better shots when they ask me to throw it.
Yeah, I have. I worked a few years at that one. It took a while. Because you ever see Bambi on ice? Imagine this 6-foot body frame coming off a hack.
Yeah,
You can-
reaching the hog line before you're ready to release.
Yeah.
So looking for another corner guard. The only way they can score multiple points here is to get some guards in play, and I'm pretty sure that we'll be seeing some peels here, Keith.
Now they just want to peel this. Keep it open.
They've been really
Nice shot,
efficient
wow.
on the peels
Yeah.
all night long. I don't know if I've seen them miss a peel yet, Keith. So it looks like they're going to go around that corner guard.
Yeah, they got to start going in. They're going to be running out of rocks soon.
Well, they got this end going the way they want right now. Pretty, so Alberta will walk right out and peel this one off too. I don't know how it happened, Keith, but we seem to have less time on the clock than any other ring here.
Yeah.
So, and the girls seem to be playing really quick.
Yeah. He's got another peel. Look at that. Automatic. Nice shot.
Peels aren't as easy as they look.
No,
really.
they're not.
You're looking at just getting a piece of the rock as opposed to the nose hitting.
It was Sarah Evans. Great work there. Second for Alberta.
Looks like we're trying to set up that guard again. Looking, really need a miss from Alberta and Northwest Territories to really get back in this game. We are in the 7th end, and like you say, Keith, running out of stones. Got the nice guard.
Oof, a lot of sweeping there by Jansen and
Stone is
Okala.
exposed, but I would think that she'll. Okala, that's right, Keith. And looks like a quick peel here. It's a little tight.
See how Allen can make out here. Going to hit the other side of it. Goes out and gets both.
Oh,
got one and left to
left
guard,
play though.
but exposes that other shot.
Yeah. Now, how do you score 4 with 4 stones left?
Well, first phase is put the ball in the house. Phase 1.
Yeah. Go to the big guy.
And then a lot of hope.
Yeah. Again, just need one miss to give you that hope. Alberta not even worried about that, going to the open shot and wins. Just running Northwest Territories out of stones. So only 3 stones left to play, and they need all of these to count. So.
Sweepers are working hard in this
that
one.
Looks pretty light, Keith.
Yeah. Well, the string got pulled a little bit there.
Got to get it
not
as
coming
close as
in.
they can to see if they can use that stone.
Yeah.
But Alberta taking no chances. Again, going to peel. So that'll be the ball game.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bye. And their
Handshakes
handshakes, it's all done.
So congratulations to the Alberta team.
Alberta is going to the gold tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. They're waiting to see who they're going to face, Nova Scotia or Ontario.
Northwest Territories will be playing for the bronze.
Yes. Right now in the 8th end, it's Nova Scotia is sitting two shots. So the Alberta women are very proud. They played a very solid game, had the Territories on their heels the whole time.
I don't think I saw them miss too many shots.
No.
They were right on with every peel.
They're bang on. Muse team is ready. They're focused, and they're
Have handshakes
hungry.
out. Yeah.
Hungry to bring home gold to Alberta. So hope you all Alberta fans will tune in the morning, as well as the Northwest Territories are going for bronze, and that's nothing in a national championship.
That's right. Just to me, be a semi-finalist, I think, in the national champion is something, and now they still got an opportunity to medal.
Yeah.
They also have handshakes over in Sheedy, game between Nova Scotia and Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That's a final with Nova Scotia winning that game.
So I moved our camera over a bit.
Okay.
Just
going to focus on this ladies game.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia against Ontario. Got a timeout here.
They got a timeout here, so we'll just set this up for you. It's 5-2 Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia, I believe, does not have the hammer.
You are correct.
No. So they're sitting. They're sitting two.
And we're down to Ontario skips, first of the skip stones.
Yeah.
And
Nova Scotia men have defeated Saskatchewan 8-4. in that semi-final. So Nova Scotia men have punched their ticket to the gold medal game, and now they're just waiting, and the hands are being shook.
So BC just won that game over Ontario in the other men's semifinal.
So we get East doing West tomorrow in the men's,
That's right.
coast to coast.
Coast to coast. I glanced over there in that BC game. They peeled everything they could there in that last end. And, Ontario had to draw, and just came up a little heavy. But, again, Ontario will be in the bronze medal match, and they'll be playing Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And down to Skip Stones here in our game against Ontario against Nova Scotia. Skip looks like she's going to move some granite here in the front of the house, see if she can open it up for her final shot. She does need to score 3 somehow. So, have to move some granite around. She did get the jam she wanted. They're now lying 1 and 3. So that worked out fairly well for them, Keith. Or they're lying 2 and 3. Nova Scotia still has shot rock, but at least there's hope now.